All right, good evening, everybody. Kindly confirm you can hear me.
Very well.
Good
Good
evening.
evening.
Okay, so I take it that the audio is good today. All right, so we'll just get straight into today's class. Okay.
Good evening, facilitator. Please, it says recording post.
Recording paused.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Not now. Not now. I'm on the call. Hello,
Okay,
ma.
on my end, it is still showing recording. So the
Hello,
call
ma.
is still being recorded, actually. Okay, so let's just start, please. All right, so today we are going to continue from where we stopped yesterday, but today we are going to be going more practical. I take it that we all have the data sets from the data set I shared yesterday. We all do, right? Can anybody hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Yes, we have the data set.
Okay. All right. So quickly before we start, from the last classes you had, did you create probably like a folder for this class? Probably like a folder in your computer or something.
We have something we've been using. Like I'm just using my not Jupyter though.
Google Colab.
I'm using Visual Code, Visual
Yes,
Studio.
code.
Yeah, VS Code.
Okay. Is that what everybody uses? Is that what they ask to be used? Because I'm using Jupyter Notebook. But do
Yeah,
we have Jupyter Notebook?
I have Jupyter Notebook, but I don't know about the others.
Okay,
No, I'm not
others.
using it. So
Okay, what
When
do
we installed Python, Jupyter
mm-hmm.
Notebook was also installed. It's all part of it. So I think it's just to learn how to locate that.
Okay, so do we have probably like Anaconda installed in our computers
I have
or in our
Anaconda.
laptops? We have Anaconda, perfect. So
I
if we all
don't.
have, you don't.
I don't have anaconda.
I don't have it. So
Okay, okay, this is going to be a lot. What? How do we do it? How do we do it? And if I ask us to download it now, it might take a long time. Okay, you know what? You can use, for those of us that want to use VS Code, we can use VS Code. I think it would almost be the same thing. For those of us that have Anaconda installed, please just go to your Anaconda and launch Jupyter Notebook. Just launch it. It will install in your laptop. But for those of us that don't have it, let's just use VS Code. Is that okay?
All right. Yeah, but we
Okay.
can still after the class we can still install
Yes, I will
Anaconda,
share
right?
us a video on how to install Anaconda and Jupyter Notebook after this class. I thought we were
All
all
right.
be held up. Or if you have Python installed, um, any
Yes.
Python, yeah, you can use that too. It's fine. Okay, so we'll just go straight into today's work. All right, so we already have the data sets that we want to work with, and I'll take it that we've had practical sessions before today, right? Okay, first question. When we went through the data set, what was the most glaring errors? Because the data is very dirty. So what was the most glaring errors that you found in the data set? Let's just try listing them before we start working. Anybody can go. I'm sure we all took a look at the data set. So what were those errors you saw at first glance?
Okay, I will go then. Esther.
Okay, go.
So I noticed a lot of inconsistency in the data. There
Mm-hmm.
were missing data there. Then we had some of the dates that we didn't have the same format for it.
Okay.
Likewise, the one that has to do with the amount, there was a lot of inconsistency in the data though, and missing values.
Okay, I'm missing values. Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
Any other person? I'm listening.
From is Mrs. Ibukun speaking?
Okay.
I don't know. Yeah. From what I saw here, I use
Mhm.
VS Code. It's not like in a tabular form. There's commas. I don't know if that's how it's supposed to be in VS Code, but I know that data, yeah, it is supposed to be in a tabular format, but it is not.
Okay. I don't know why that is
Yeah.
coming out that way in VS Code, but the data is in tabular form. It's actually in tabular form. How did you read it into
Oh,
VS Code? Let's also see that.
okay. When I downloaded it, I clicked on open and options. They showed me options to open it either through Excel or VS Code. I clicked on VS Code and
Okay,
it
so try
opened.
opening it first through Excel, then you will see it's in tabular form.
Okay.
Yeah, just all right. Okay, so let's start. I'll take it that we have already had some practical sessions before now. So who can tell us the first thing that you do first when you want to run an analysis? Okay, you're working probably I don't know if it's really the same thing. Okay, let me just do this. So if you're working with Jupyter Notebook, that's I wanted all of us to be on the same page, but I would try as much as possible to go back and forth. So the first thing that I would do is I would import the needed and the required libraries. Okay.
Sorry.
I
Hello.
would import the required libraries.
Can
I can hear you. Is anyone saying something?
Yeah, is Mrs. Ibuko? Can you mute her? I think she's not aware that.
Why
Okay, I will do that just now.
I was saying that while
right?
installing Python, we installed a couple of
What did you
other.
say?
I said while we were. Ire,
Oh God.
uh, can you? Hello.
I can hear you, Mrs. Ibu. I thought that was Mrs. Ibu. I can hear you. Are you trying to say something?
VS Code,
She's
mo náà
not
fẹ́ lò
even the
yẹn.
one talking.
Kí ni
Can you mute her at your end?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do already. I'm
It's
trying to
not
meet her
Mrs.
already.
I think it's not me.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
All right. So we
Hello.
can also yes, so we can all stay muted if you don't have anything
Can
to
anyone
say. Or is
else
someone
hear
trying to
me?
say something? No. Okay.
Yes, please.
I'm listening.
So I need to know you can hear me. Oh, I'm saying that.
Is it my network?
Oh,
Your line is really breaking. I can barely hear you.
can any other person confirm that they are hearing me?
Okay, I can hear you now.
It's breaking. It's breaking in my
I
own
said
end.
we installed Jupyter Notebook. While we were doing, we installed VS Code and Python and all that. We installed Jupyter Notebook, Abi, and a couple of other things. So if you're mentioning Jupyter Notebook, I think that it's somewhere within VS Code and Python that we installed. So I think it will just be to walk us through on how to locate that. I don't know. So if Jupyter Notebook is what you're working with, I would
Okay,
like to
if
think
Jupyter
that
Notebook
it's within
is
the
if
Python VS Code somewhere.
okay, so if you have it installed on your computer on your laptop, just come to your search bar here and type Jupyter Notebook. If it is installed, it will pop up like this. So just type Jupyter Notebook. This is the spelling in case, just in case. So you can just search that out and it will pop up, and then you can open it
No, it was actually installed in the VS Code. Like when
inside
we
your
were
VS Code.
installing inside, yes.
Okay, I don't know VS. I don't know VS Code. Okay, hold on. I don't think I have VS Code installed here. Okay, I do. We all have VS Code, right? Everybody.
Yes.
Okay.
I have, but I don't know whether my own is working. I've been having trouble with it since. So, but I've not used it either. So I've been using my phone, but I'm on it now. Let's hope that it will work.
You've been using Google Collab on your phone, right?
I've been using my phone to yes, to connect.
Oh, okay. I think I get it. I get what you're saying now. Okay. Because I prefer Jupyter Notebook. It's very easy for me to work with Jupyter Notebook. But then,
Okay.
yeah, so actually prefer Jupyter Notebook to VS Code. It's just a personal preference, and that's why I am choosing to work with it. But then, the same code that runs in Jupyter Notebook would run in VS Code. So if you have VS Code and you want to follow through, you can work. You can follow what I'm doing, or better still, you can listen, and then when we after the class, probably you want to try it on your own, I'll send us a detailed video on how to download and install Jupyter Notebook as a standalone application. So those are the options. So let's proceed. So in Jupyter Notebook, there are some libraries that we work with, especially when we want to work with numerical, or when we want to do anything analytical. The first thing we import is the first popular thing that we import is what we call pandas. So these are what we call libraries. I don't know if we have been taught, but these are the libraries that we use. NumPy, pandas. They work with they work as analytical libraries. Use it for analysis, to manipulate data and all of that. Then for visualization, we have what we call matplotlib and Seaborn, like I specified yesterday. Excuse me. And also we have Seaborn. N- Now that's the first thing that we do, importing the required libraries, and it will take some time to load. Then after that, the next step is loading your data sets. What data sets are you working with? And while you can import your data sets in different formats, mostly we import our data sets as a CSV file. So we import as a CSV file most times. So some you can decide to load yours as a Excel file, but it's quite straightforward to load it as a CSV file. Now this is the code. To load a data set, what we use is the pd.read CSV. Now when you do .read CSV, okay, before I start going into all of this, we understand naming variables and how to name variables, right? Did we do that? Have we done that?
Yes, we have
Okay.
done that.
So we understand that df here is a variable name for my data set, right? Right.
DF is the variable name that you want to name your the data set, Abby.
Yes,
Because
so
I know
that's the
that
variable.
DF means is it something like define or so.
data frame. So yeah, data frame, but we just
Data
use
frame.
it.
Okay.
Yes, it's like a default name to name our variable, or it's variable name, a default variable name when we are working with any data set. So you can name it anything of your choice, just so I can easily remember the name. That's why I'm using df, but you could name it anything of your choice. Now, after naming your variable, the next thing you do is you use the inbuilt function pd.read_csv. Now, when you use this, it means that you are trying to load a data set. The next thing after that is to look for your data set. What is the name of our data set? I'll come back here. And now this is the name of my data set, dirty financial transaction.csv. And you come back here and you write that here. What was the name? Please, if I'm too fast or you don't understand anything, please let me know.
I think that we'll understand better if we're able to have this page you're working on. And I asked a question. I don't know if I missed that because I was trying to get my document on my laptop into my laptop. We
Okay.
have Jupyter Notebook on this place. How do we access it?
Inside your VS Code, right?
Yes, please. How do we access it?
Okay, let me just show us that quickly. Just hold on. Give me a minute. Okay. So I'm sure we you installed it as an extension. Now go to where you have your extension bar. So I'm going to try to look for that. Okay, here. I don't think I have mine installed here. Okay, this is it. So come now here to where you have your extensions. That is if you installed it as an extension. Now come here. I think I have it here already, but it's not updated.
Mine is showing the same thing. Can we not just click on it and use it? Do we have
So
to restart
restart to
this?
update. So restart it, update it, or if you don't have it installed, just click install. Okay, I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have done that.
Wait, so that restart, is it restarting my system?
That is what I want to confirm.
It is. Looks like it. I clicked. Wait.
No, it's not restarting the system. I
Okay.
think it is restarting
Yes, code. Yeah.
the VS Code itself. Okay.
Because it took me out and it's not even loading. Like I have to click on it again to load it again.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm doing the same thing also. So I just want to walk us straight quickly. Okay. So it is updating. So we'll just wait for that. Okay, I think it's done.
Wahala. The English here is bigger than me. Oh.
What English is it saying? You can just take a screenshot, please. Let me see it.
Problem with shortcuts. The item code X whatever that this shortcut refers to has been changed or moved, so this shortcut will no longer work properly. Do you want to delete shortcuts?
Try deleting it. Let's see what it does.
I'm sure it's going to delete VS Code from my desktop.
No,
I
no,
don't
no.
know.
It's not going to. I don't think it will.
Let me load it again. Are others making progress?
So what about others? It's just one person. The rest of us, are we making any progress?
Well, I just opened my Jupyter notebook and
Okay, you have
it's showing
Jupyter
me
Notebook.
in my VS Code.
Okay, it's showing you what?
Where is options to disable uninstall, switch to pre-release version and all that.
Did you use from the extension tab? Did you go through the extension tab?
Yeah, yeah, I clicked on it and it just opened where I'm seeing disable, uninstall, and I'm seeing the other packs that I installed
Okay, I think yours is
together with it.
I think yours is up to date. So go back to your file, select new file, and then come here. Just do Jupyter Notebook. So that's it. So
So my
after
Okay.
update,
own, I'm trying to
right,
open. Oh,
Again,
okay.
you say that again. We go to file.
okay, if you have already installed and updated your Jupyter in your VS Code, just come here to file, right? And select
Mm-hmm.
new file. Then come down here to it will give you text file, Python file, Jupyter Notebook. Just select Jupyter Notebook. So it will
Okay,
open
all right.
a
Thank
IPYMB file for you. So we can work with that. Are we all fine?
Yeah, I'm fine. I've opened mine.
Okay. So what about the others? Have we opened ours?
I've opened
It's
mine too.
slow. Still loading. It's fine.
John is still loading. Okay, let's give you like about 2 minutes. Let's wait. What is it loading? Is it not
What do you say we should open again?
okay? Where did you
What
lost
do
me at? Have you
I
installed your Jupyter Notebook in your VS Code?
yes, I've opened it. It's the same thing she said she saw. Disable uninstall, switch
Okay,
to
that's fine. That means your Jupyter Notebook is up to date. So come here to file where you have file. Come to new file. This one, new file. Then come to the
oh,
last option here, Jupyter Notebook.
oh, file, file. So I go
Mm-hmm.
to open folder. It's taking me to open folder.
No, you're not going to open folder. Come here to file here. Select new file. This
Okay,
one, this place, new file.
okay,
Just select it. Then you
oh,
see text
okay.
file, Python file, Jupyter Notebook. Then you select Jupyter Notebook.
Select file, text file. Okay, Jupyter notebook. Okay.
All right, the person that said that is still loading. Is it done loading now?
It's open. It's done loading. I'm trying to click on the file. Just hanging. I guess it's yeah. I'm on new file,
Okay, so select the
but
last option.
hanging.
Is
It's
hanging.
hanging. It hasn't shown me.
Okay. I just want everybody to be on the same page so that we we can work together.
So I'm on a page where it said it gave me a blank page. I have generate code markdown.
Exactly. Yes, you're in the right place. Yes.
Okay, I'm okay. So I'm there.
Okay. So we are all good now, right? Okay.
Detecting kernel. Okay, loaded.
So we can work with this. It's the same thing. You just run whatever code I'm running there, you run it here. It's the same thing. Okay. So the first
Thank
thing
you.
I said we'll do is we import our libraries, our pandas library, numpy, matplotlib is for visualization, cborn is also for visualization. So let's try that. I'm going to try to work with us so that we'll be on the same page. So try
So do
importing
we
your
type the
libraries. What did you say?
do we type what was seen on your
Yes,
screen
you can type what, yes, type exactly what you can see
from
on my screen.
the imports required libraries?
Yes, please.
Oh Lord.
Okay, so I would actually have to move on because of time. So you can listen, and probably later on we can try playing around with it. Please let's mute though, so that others can hear me. Hold on. Okay, what was the name? 30 financial transactions. Okay. Thank you. Now I have loaded my data set. Now let's assume that I don't know what is contained in my data set. I want to preview what is in my data set. There's something we call .ed. Are we all listening? Are we still here? Are we still trying to figure out how to are we still trying to run our code?
We're listening. We're
Okay.
listening.
Okay, now let's assume I want to display the first 5 rows. Now by default, .ed just displays the first 5 rows by default. Now if I do df.ed, now what this will show me is the first 5 rows. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So by default, this is what it shows. But let's say you want to view probably like the first 10. You just do this and it extends to 10. But by default, .ed will show you just the first 5 rows. Please let's note that. It will show you the first 5 rows, and this is what the first 5 rows look like. Now it gives you an idea into what is contained in your data set. Maybe you don't even know what was there before. It just gives you an idea as to what is contained in your data set. Now also, the next thing we go ahead to do is get the shape of our data set. Now what does shape mean? Shape just gives you the dimension, that is how many rows and how many columns do you have in your data set. That's what shape gives us. So what do? You can just do df.shape. Now what this is saying is that the first figure you see here is the number of rows, the second one is number of columns. What this is saying is that I have 100,000 rows and 8 columns. So that's what the shape does. That's just what it gives you. Now, but this doesn't really say much. It doesn't really say much. It doesn't show probably there's any missing value. It doesn't show you if there is what do we call it, if there is duplicate. It doesn't show you the data type. Now to get the full information about your data set, we use what we call .info, df.info. Now when you do this, it will give you the full information about your data set. Now remember, this data set has 100,000 rows. That means any column that has anything less than 100,000 rows, it means there are missing values there. Now let's go through this together. Now from here, it says 100,000 entries, total 8 columns. Now looking at it one by one, the first column here is the transaction ID. And what does transaction ID look like? This is it here. T001, T002, and so on and so forth. Now, the data type here is object. Now, when we say object, in Python, object simply means text data. Any data that is not a number is text. So that is what it is. This is textual data, and truly it is correct because this column should be in text, even though it has numbers, but it is numbers plus a letter. So that automatically makes it a text. But then looking at this, it is saying that we have only 94,982 inputs in that column. This shows that there are some missing values here. If you also come down to transaction date, this is showing 95,000. It shows that there are also missing values here. And this is object, but this is a date column. That shows that this is wrong. It is wrong because this should be giving date time and not object. It should not be a text. It should be a date time. It should be date time rather instead of text. If you also come down to customer ID, it shows that there are missing values and the data type is correct. It is an object. Product name is 100,000, meaning that there are no missing values in our product name. And the data type is also object, which is actually very correct. Now, quantity also shows that there are missing values and is in float. Now, it depends on you. You can decide to leave it as float. It depends on what you are working with. You can decide to leave it as float, or you can decide to leave it, make it an whole number. But quick question: looking at this first five rows, what do we think is wrong with this column quantity? At first glance, what do you think is wrong with it? Something is wrong with it. There's something wrong here. What do we think is wrong with it? Please, let's talk. I like interactive class, so please let us talk. Anybody can go. What do we think
Uh,
is wrong with
I
it?
don't know, but I'm seeing the negative side there. I don't know.
Exactly, the negative. Quantity should not be negative. You cannot go to a
Yeah.
supermarket and say, oh, I want to buy -5 tin tomatoes. It doesn't make sense. So there should be no negative in quantity. Is wrong. This is wrong. So that means this is another error that we need to clean in this data. So let's go on. Also, looking at the price, we can see that this one even has a lot of missing values. This one is out of 100,000. We only have 66,503. So we can see that there are a lot of missing values. And now looking at the data type object, who can tell me what is wrong here? What should this be? Just from what I've said, what do you think it should be?
It should be an integer, like it should be a number, not
Yeah,
text.
exactly. It should be either an integer or a float. And either one is acceptable,
Float
but
or
not,
number, yes.
yes, but not text. It shouldn't be text. Integer or float is fine, not text. That's correct. Now, payment method, you can see that 100,000 is complete, no missing value. And the object type is data type is object, which is true. Okay, let's come back here and look at this first five column. Who can tell me what is wrong with this PayPal? The way they imputed PayPal. Who can just tell me? And credit card, something is wrong here.
It's spacing for some.
Yeah, there's space. You can see credit card here is different from credit card here. PayPal here is different from PayPal here. Even the casing here is in the PayPal started with capital letter P, yes, small letter P. So it is just everything. They are the same thing, but they are written imputed differently. That's also correct. Transaction status also, we can see that there is a lot of missing values here too, but the data type is correct. It should be text. So let's move on. Now you can go a step further by deciding to check. Now let's go. I guess they were saying that, oh, we can check the number of missing values. Now let's say you want to check the count of missing values per column. Now if you want to check the count, how many missing values do I have per column, you just do what we call df dot is null. Now you can stop here. Okay, let me run this. We can stop here. If you stop here, the problem with stopping here is that it will give you what we call a true and false table like this. So false, 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 false. That means that there are no missing value here. But true here means there's a missing value. But who has time to go through all of this? So to make it easier, you just come and do dot sum. When you do dot sum here, you can see it just gives it to you directly. It gives you the total number of missing values you have per column. Now you can see here we have 5,018. Yeah, we have over 4,000, over 4,000. There's no missing value here. Over 5,000. Under price, we have over 33,000. Transaction, we have over 16,000. Now we can see that. Is anybody trying to say something? Okay, no. So we can see the total number of missing values per column. Now let's check for duplicates because that's another thing we always check for. Now to check for duplicates, we also do the same thing. We do df dot duplicated. dot sum. So now this is showing us the total number of duplicated rows. That means we can see that we have 994 duplicated rows. Now you can make a decision to either drop all duplicates or to, yeah, most times we drop them. It is always advisable to drop duplicated rows, especially if you are very sure that probably um is the same duplicates. But now I don't want to drop them without taking a look at them first. So what I would do is, if I want to check the rows one by one, maybe I want to go a step further, I can do something like this. Duplicate is equal to df dot duplicated. Now the difference between this code and the first code is that this code would actually help you check the duplicated values. It would bring out all the duplicated values, but this one will just give you a list of all the duplicates. Now we will now check why they are duplicates. Now we can see that I think the transaction ID, there is something. So this is 3544. This is another 3544. Okay, 3544. So we're going to check what is duplicated in all of them, but this is not coming out properly. So we're going to check what is duplicated in all of them. But because it is quite a lot, okay, let's take this another way. Now, because customer ID, now two customers cannot have the same ID. If you walk into a store, if I have an ID as a customer, Mrs. Ibukun cannot have the same ID because my customer ID is unique. It is unique to me. So I'm going to use the customer ID as a unique key. So I want to check, are there any duplicated customer ID? Now, this is vague in the sense that we don't know what it is using as a unique factor. But I want to give it my own unique factor, which is customer ID. I want it to check through customer ID and bring out any duplicated customer ID. So I would rewrite this code to look like this. Please, if you don't understand anything or I am too fast, please let me know. So we are going to do this almost the same code using the duplicated also. But this time around, I am going to create what we call a subset. That means I'm telling you that what this code is just saying is that, oh, Python, look through the customer ID. I want you to check through the customer ID as the unique value. Don't look at any other thing. Just look at the customer ID. If there are two customers that have the same ID, let me know. So this is what this is saying. Okay, let me run this and see. Okay. Now,
Question.
yeah, I'm listening.
Okay, so while you were typing this one you just did
Mm-hmm.
in 13, now
Mm-hmm.
I know that we have learned all of these, like string and all of that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you did def square brackets and then into another normal
Bracket.
bracket equal to square brackets, um a what's it called now? That customer underscore ID, and then inside the square brackets, inside another, what if we don't know to put all of them in these brackets?
Okay. Like I would say, practice. You will keep practicing and practicing. And there is what we call Python documentation. So whenever you don't know the bracket that goes with any function or any method, there is something we call Python documentation. Even for some of us that we are still learning also, going back to this documentation also helps. So when you are confused as to, oh, what bracket am I supposed to use here, what bracket am I supposed to use here, just go back to Python documentation. or if you run the code and it gives you an error. So the good thing about Python, when it returns an error message, is that you will know exactly where your error is coming from. It tells you exactly what you are doing wrong. So with constant practice and constant practice and constant practice, you will get it. You might not be able to cram everything, but you will get it to a certain stage. But for
So
this
just
one,
to,
let me quickly explain. Now you know that after duplicated, it should take a bracket. So this curly bracket, this bracket we are seeing here, the normal one, this bracket open and bracket close you are seeing here, is the same bracket that you have here. The only thing is that you just put this subset inside. And again, whenever you want to call a column name in Python, whenever you want to call any column name, it takes this square bracket. Whenever you're calling a column name in Python, you want to put it in brackets, it always takes the square bracket. So that's another thing that you can also try to remember. I'm listening to you now.
okay, so I'm thinking while
Mm-hmm.
we have something to cover, it's going to, because if I come back, if I did not ask this question and I came back to watch this thing, I still wouldn't understand why that was what it was.
Okay.
So is it possible as we proceed, you explain some of these things which I think are basic for us to be able to get another thing, you know,
Okay.
as much as you can. Why we're having this bracket, why we're having this, why this is a string inside this and all that.
Okay. I will do that.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Okay, now looking at this result, it also really doesn't really tell much. It doesn't really tell much because the duplicated customer ID is quite a lot. It looks a lot. So now, if I want to go further and say, I want to see how many times each customer ID, sorry, excuse me, each customer ID appeared. Now, this will also go this. Now, I'm using a square bracket. Why? Because, like I said, anytime you are calling a column name in Python, it automatically takes a square bracket. So whenever you're calling any column name that belongs in a data set, it takes a square. So when, especially if you want to call it with a variable name, so df, now there are two, okay, let me point this out. There are two ways to write this. If you want to use the square bracket, automatically it comes with a quotation mark. But if I don't want to do any of this, I can just do df dot the column name. But this is one I mostly use. So, but anytime you're trying to call a column name, please note it takes a square bracket. And for other inbuilt keywords, inbuilt methods, most of them comes with a normal bracket. So most of other inbuilt keywords in Python, they come with a normal bracket, the normal bracket that we use. Some of them don't come with any bracket, but most of them come with brackets. Now, if I run this, now this now gives me an example of this gives me a full picture into how many duplicated customer ID I have. Now we can see this. It shows that this customer ID appeared 37 times. This one appeared 37 times also. This appeared 36 times. This appeared 36 times. Same with this and all of that. Now note, because you are working with sales data, and because the data, the spread of the sales it is not in a month, or it is wide. I think it's 2024 to 2025, the dates in the column. Now this shows that this could also be returning customers. Why customer ID is unique, it could also be um returning customers. So that means that in this case, I will not be dropping them. Also, a good understanding of the kind of data you're working with would help you. So that means that I will not be dropping them. If I want to drop them, I can now use probably like the transaction ID. But for this analysis, I don't want to do that. So that means I am going to leave it, because these are could be returning. They might be returning customers. That means probably they came today, they came tomorrow, they came to buy something 2 days later. They just keep coming back. a good understanding, we call it domain knowledge. So a good domain knowledge on the type of data you're working with would help you to make the right decision. But because I want to show us how to drop duplicate, I would run this code again, but this time around I will run it with what we call the transaction ID. Looking at it now, the transaction ID will be more unique, because even if a customer comes 50 times, each transaction ID is going to be, you cannot repeat the same transaction ID. So if you come today, you get this ID. If you come tomorrow, they'll give you another ID. So that makes more sense than the customer ID. So I would not delete this, but I would just run this code again. So I'll just run this again and just change this to transaction ID. So we can see this. If I now decide, this also doesn't say much, but if I do this,
Sorry, I have a question.
please ask me.
Yeah, are you saying that for each customer that comes to buy something,
Mm-hmm.
they have one ID, even if they
Oh,
return, that's they maintain that same ID.
yes. So let me do it like this. Let me explain it like this. If So for some people, they might input your name. So it could be your name. For example, you come into the store today, they write my name or Esther. And maybe they now decide that, oh, because they want to keep your name anonymous, they now decide to give you a particular ID. Oh, this is customer 52. So whenever you buy, it's just like your IP address. Okay, I don't want to go too technical. Sorry. Let me come back. Okay, they now decide that they want to keep you anonymous. They now say, oh, this person, whenever you see her, just give her the tag customer 52. Now, even if you come to buy something from that shop a million times, you will still retain your tag customer 52,
Okay.
but
Okay.
your transaction ID will change. Now the transaction ID can be likened to that number that you have on any receipt that they give you at the mall. If you go to these shops that sell things and they give you receipts, the number is always different. The number on the receipt is always different. So that is what the
Yeah.
transaction ID can be likened to. Now, even if you come back, even if you are the same person, you come back to that shop to buy something a million times, your not receipt number can never be the same. Does it make sense
Yeah.
now?
Yeah. All right.
Okay,
Thank you.
you're welcome. So now we can see that there are duplicates. Now we can now decide to work with this one. I can now decide to remove them. Now we can see this is three times, three times, three times. I don't have a full picture of what really happened here. But then again, because I just want to show us how to work with deleting duplicates and handling missing values, I would now decide that, okay, I want to drop each of these duplicates. Now, if we now decide to drop duplicates, do we all understand it to this point? Is there anybody that is lost? Is there anybody that is lost?
I'm sure when we go through the video again, we'll get a better understanding
Okay,
because
but
we're
you
not
can.
following you. We're just watching and listening.
Okay, no problem. But if you don't understand anything, you can just stop me and just ask, so that even if you're going to go through it again, at least to an extent, you would understand
Yeah.
certain things. Okay, now I want to drop every duplicate in my transaction
Please, are we
ID.
hearing? I can't hear.
Can you hear me?
I can hear her.
Yes, I can.
Okay. All right, so let's now I say I want to drop every duplicate in my transaction ID. Now, what do I do? Just simple. We just use this. We just do the same thing that we have been. And please let us know, though. I don't know if we were told, but writing this, and writing
Yes,
this is not
ma'am.
the same in Python. Please let's note. Python is very case sensitive. I don't know if we were told in the first class, but Python is very, very case sensitive. If you write this df and you come and write this df, it will return an error message. because what it knows is even though they are the same thing, but because it is case sensitive, it will return an error message. Okay. So now to drop the duplicate, it's also the same thing. So we use the dot. There's an inbuilt method already called drop duplicates. So what we just do is drop duplicates. Now, where do I want to drop duplicate? I want to drop the duplicate in the transaction. Now, also note this this dot drop duplicate, like I said, most inbuilt keywords functions, they come with the normal bracket. So that is why there is a normal bracket here. It comes with a normal bracket. Now, because I want to drop the duplicate in my transaction ID, so I'll just say subset is equal to transaction ID underscore ID. That's just it. What this does is, what this code will do is that it will leave only the first occurrence. So it will leave the first occurrence and drop every other one. It leaves the first occurrence, that means the first time that ID appeared, and drop the other ones. So that's what this code will do. So please, let's note. So this code has run. That means that all my duplicates are gone. So if you want to confirm, you can come back and check here. You can come back and rerun this code. You can just come back here and run this again. And we can see everything is now carrying 111. That means every transaction ID appears just one time. Now, what this also means is that because I have dropped duplicates, that means the number of rows in my data set has reduced. That means the number of rows have reduced. Now, to confirm that, if you come back here and do dot shape, if you do this, okay, sorry, this doesn't take a bracket. Dot shape doesn't take a bracket. So we can see we have gone down from 100,000 to 94,000. That means we've dropped almost over 6,000, almost 6,000 data points. Now let us undo missing data. Now let's start handling each of our missing values. Okay, so I'm going to quickly run this code again. I'm just going to run this again so that I have an idea of where we have missing values. So if I come back here and I run this, so we can now see we have one missing value. Yeah, I can hear you.
Hello, ma. Hello, ma. Why why did you put like 5 before
Oh,
writing handling
okay, so
missing
sorry.
values?
Okay, so the number of hash I put here. So we use hash for commenting, but because this is not code, so the number of hash I put here determines how big it is, and it gives it color. We can see when there was no hash here, it's just normal, it's black, plain. But when I put one hash, it gives it
Oh,
color and it's bigger. So the number of hash I put depends on how small I want it to be. The more hash I put, the smaller it becomes till it loses its color. So that's why. Okay.
okay.
Yes. So now we can see that we have.
Question.
Yeah, please ask.
So, although I've not been seeing your screen for a while now, I guess it's my
Oh, you
network.
should have.
You've
Yeah, I
been
think.
right. I've actually complained, but don't worry. I think it's my network. So, you've been writing subsets in the course of, oh, I see it now. You've been writing subsets while trying to run the different blocks. So
Okay,
why
do you
does it
mean
have to
this
be a
one?
subset? Is it to indicate column, each column is a subset? Is that it?
Yes, it's a subset in the full data set.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. So now under this missing values, we can see that let's start with customer ID. Now, there are different ways we handle missing value. You can decide to use, oh, I want to look for the average of every number in that column, add it and look for the average and just use it to fill the remaining. Or you can decide I want to drop it. You can also decide that, oh, if it is text, I want to use the most common occurrence to fill everything. But now if you look at something like transaction ID, I cannot just randomly fill it because I don't know it. I cannot say, oh, I want to just automatically give it an ID. You cannot just automatically generate a number or a receipt number in your head. No. So you, in a case like this, you can now decide that, oh, I want to delete it. I want to remove that missing value. Did that make sense? So knowing, understanding the column.
No, please can you come again?
Okay, I will. Understanding the column, is very important in before you make a decision. Now we have different ways that we handle missing value. Different ways. There is something we call imputation. Now, imputation is when you look for, imputation works with numerical data or float, right? Numerical, that's integers or floats. Now when you want to do imputation, that means you can say, oh, this column I have a lot of missing data. What would I do? I want to look for the average. So I will add all the data points together. Even if they are 1 million, I will add everything together, take the average, and then I will just tell Python, okay, using this average, anywhere you see missing value in this column, fill it with the average. Now that is what we call imputation. Also, we can decide to drop it. You can drop it, especially when you know that, for example, if I'm working with maybe like people's names, I cannot randomly fill names, so I can decide to drop it. If I'm working with like an ID, I cannot randomly generate ID, I have to drop it. So understanding the column that you have the missing value is very important for you to know the decision to make. As an analyst or as a data scientist, you will make a lot of decisions, especially when it comes to probably this, um handling missing value, removing duplicates, the dropping columns and all of that. So you need to understand the column properly to know what to do. Now I'm now saying that if you look at transaction ID, I cannot randomly fill in a transaction ID. If you go to a shop, maybe I'm a storekeeper in a shop, right? People came to buy something and mistakenly I forgot to impute somebody's receipt number. I cannot now say that I want to randomly generate a receipt number and put it there. What I would do is either I will just take out that old record, or because it is real life, I can decide to authenticate it or something. But in this case, you will you will drop it because you cannot randomly now say, oh, okay, just put anything there. No. So you drop it because it is an ID and IDs are peculiar and they are unique. So you will drop it. Does that make sense now?
Yes, it does. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. So to drop that, we start with our variable name. df is equal to, now why am I saying df is equal to? Because I want the change to happen in the data set. Okay, I want the change to happen inside the data set and with the row, in the row where this the data is missing. So that's what I want to do. Okay, I want the change to happen in the data set.
Did you do that to the transaction ID too? The
What did you
equal
say?
to. Did you also do that in the transaction ID?
I
The
don't
equal
understand.
to. Did you also put that in the transaction ID? You said you want the change to happen in the data set. When you
Yes.
dropped the transaction ID, did you also do that in
No, no,
the
no. So that
transaction
one
ID?
is,
When you
so okay.
dropped it?
Let me explain it so that we understand. Now look here. When I wanted to drop duplicate, you can see I did df is equal to. So that means whatever change is happening is reflecting in the complete data set.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I wanted to get. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yes. Okay, so we can just do df. So you now specify df dot. We use what we call drop any. we use what we call drop any. So where do you want to drop your data sets now? Where am I trying to modify? What data set and what column am I trying to modify? I'm trying to modify my transaction ID, right? So you say subset is equal to, okay, sorry, please, I'm coming. Let me just take a look at something. Okay. Subset is equal to transaction ID. Now, if I run this, so wait for a bit for that to load. Oh, sorry. Oh God, sorry. So now you can see what I was saying about Python error message. Now you can see because I left out a bracket here. You can see it needs a bracket for this to work. So it is telling me that, oh, my key error is this, showing me that I should have a bracket here. So that's why I said that with practice and with on looking at your Python errors, it will really help you to understand where you're getting it wrong. What am I still doing? I'm coming. Key error transaction ID. This should work now. I hope this thing hasn't dropped already.
But I thought we have already dropped transaction ID. Why are we still repeating?
Okay, so what this is, no, we didn't drop transaction ID, please. Oh, what we did was we dropped the
Um,
duplicate in
it was a
transaction
duplicate that we
ID.
dropped.
Yes, we didn't drop the full.
Okay,
We
okay.
didn't drop the full
Mm-hmm.
column, please. Yes, so please note that we didn't drop the full column. Transaction underscore ID. Okay, let's see. All right, so that worked. So now, if I decide um to check, let's just confirm if truly it dropped, right? We can now decide to, okay, let's work with all our missing values, then we'll go back and start then we'll check everything together. Now we've worked with transaction ID. The next one is, I want to handle all numerical data. Okay, let's do all text first. Now, payments. Okay, let's do transaction status. Now we can see that before we drop this, now we can now decide to check what are the unique values in we can now check what are the unique values in the transaction status and how many times do these unique values come up, so that it will give us um an idea of what we are working with, because we don't know what is even inside the column itself. So what do? We can now check the number of times each unique value appears. So to do that, we call it value count. So what you do is you just come here. What column are we working with? We are working with the transaction status. Now, like I said also, when you want to call a variable inside a data set, you use the square bracket. So what column am I working with now? I am working with transaction status. Now, what do I want to do? I want to check the number of time each unique value appears. So to do that, we use what we call the dot value count. Dot value count. Then this also comes with a bracket. Now, if I do this, now we can see we have failed, complete, completed, pending, completed. Now, like I said, I said that Python is very case sensitive. It will not read this completed and this completed as the same thing. Why? Because this one is capital letter, this one is small letter. It is case sensitive. It does not, to Python is not the same thing, even though they are spelled the same way. It is not the same thing. Now we can now see, and we are looking at it, and we say we have 15,672 um missing values.
Missing values.
Yes, we have 15,000 missing values. Now we cannot make a decision. Do we drop them or do we impute? Now this will depend on, it depends on you. It depends on okay, it doesn't only depend on you. Number one, it also depends on the number of rows you are working with. Now let's assume that um the number of rows I was working with, probably they are like maybe like 52, and I have missing value. Okay, this is, it's not good. Okay, let's say I have like 500 and I have missing value in like 100. I cannot say that, oh, if I remove 100 I just have 400 left. That's way too small. That means I have removed a lot. I have removed a lot. I can also decide that I don't want to. I can also decide that since I have over 100,000 rows, 15,000 is very small compared to 100,000. I can decide to drop. But because of this class, I'm not going to drop it. I am going to show us how to impute. I'm just going to drop. But if it was left to me personally, I would have dropped. But because I don't want to do drop too many times, I would impute. Now, because I don't know, um I don't know what the status is, I cannot decide that I want to impute with unknown. I can randomly create a variable in my head called unknown. I don't want to use failed because that will mean I'm making the data biased. If I put failed, I have made the data biased in the sense that those transactions might not actually be failed transactions. They might even be completed transactions that maybe the record were not entered properly. So I will just fill it with what I will create another. I will just say I want to fill it with unknown just to be on the safe side. So to do that, right? To do that, you call your variable, you call your data set, and the variable you want to work with. What am I working with here? I'm working with the transaction status. Then, because I want the change to happen inside this column, right? Inside this column, inside the data set, I'm going to do equal to. Now, what do I want it to do? I want it to fill. I say, okay, oh, take this column, the transaction status, and fill it. Now, this is fill NA. So I want to fill it with what we call unknown. So I'm not saying fill NA simply means fill it. Fill it with what? Now this, because this is also an inbuilt keyword function and all of that, it takes the normal bracket. Now I'm filling with it unknown. Okay, sorry, this one spelled wrongly. Now this is filled with, I'm telling you that fill it with unknown. Now you can now decide what you want. You When you are doing it on your own, you can decide what to fill it with. You can fill it with not specified, you can fill it with blank, you can fill it with anything. Blank as in BLANK, not blank as in missing space or something. So if I run this, okay, what's going on?
Sorry, please, can I ask?
Yes, please ask.
This NA, is it like a word in Python or it's something that you brought up?
I don't understand this one. Fill A.
NA.
This one.
Yeah, the first one yeah, NA, the fill NA. And then there's
So
another
it
one that you
is
put
it
drop
is an
NA too.
inbuilt, and what do we call it? It is an inbuilt keyword. It's just like we have drop NA, fill NA. Do you get their inbuilt?
Okay.
Their
Yeah,
inbuilt,
inbuilt. Okay.
yes, inbuilt keyword. So it's not something we made up. It is something that is inside of
Okay.
Python already. A user is a value is trying to be set on a copy of a slice from try using dot log. Okay. Okay, so I get it. Okay, so I have to edit this because of this error message. Okay, so let me explain the error message before I try editing anything. So what the error message is saying is that now if you come from here, so it has returned an error, but it's also telling us what to do. So it is saying a value is trying to be set on a copy of a slice from a data frame. Try using dot log. Now this is what I was talking about, the documentation. So I'll just open this quickly so that we can quickly look at something. Now this is what the Python documentation look like. It gives you everything that you need to know about each inbuilt keyword, inbuilt function, and everything. Inbuilt keyword and inbuilt function. So in your spare time, I will drop the link for us. So in your spare time, you can go through it and just look at everything that is contained in it.
Question.
Ask me.
So, so that link came up
Mm-hmm.
in the error message.
Yes.
Yes.
So see
So
there.
does that mean that anytime there's an error message like that, it takes brings up that link for you to now study the
No.
what's it called? Or it's something that's in your system?
No. So some error messages will not return the documentation. I think why this is returning the documentation is because probably there's an update to how to write this code. The code is not wrong in itself. Okay, the code is not wrong in itself, but there is a change. There is a better way to write it, or there's another way that it should be written. So Python is telling you, oh, go through the documentation, probably to see an update or to see something that has changed in how we run things like this. So some other now, if you see when I ran the other code, I think it was this drop any that I didn't put a bracket. It didn't bring out the documentation. It just told me that, oh, a key error, and it showed me the bracket that, oh, the bracket is missing from that code. But this one, it is bringing out documentation. So we have different error message in Python. There are different error message in Python. So most times just try to read them. And if you don't understand, like I always tell students, Google is your best friend. If you don't understand an error message from Python, just copy it. I think you can copy it. Yes, you can copy it. Just copy it like this. Go to your browser, and paste it there. Google is your best, it's going to be your best friend. It will explain, or you will see people that have also had that same error message and they were able to solve it, and you'll be able to understand, oh, this is why this is why this thing said this. Okay, does that make sense? Excuse me.
Yes, please.
Okay, so now we can see that Python is telling us that we should try using dot log. So I'm going to try using that. So from here, I'll just do df dot log. Let me take this out. So df dot log, then I call back my variable, that's df then I call back the column I want to work with, transaction status. Then I now come here after this bracket and put and dot is na. So we can see we have a lot of na in Python. So dot na is na. Then I'm going to come back. Everything still within this first bracket, then comma. Okay. Then call back your variable again. Transaction status is equal to unknown. I know that the code is a lot for us to take in. I understand. But like I would say,
Is
um
even how we're going to know when to use this NA, drop NA, fill NA and all that.
Actually,
okay,
where
so
everything is really understanding how to impute what each thing mean, when you should use it, why it should be used that way. I think that's just where that's why I was asking that question initially.
when you're
But
Yes.
confused, right? Okay. So let me answer it this way. You cannot cram every code. It's true.
yeah,
You cannot cram every code, but the basic ones like this one, drop any. So the moment you're trying to fill or drop something, immediately you use fill. You know that it is not just dot fill, it is just fill na. So it's together. It's not like it is two, there are two words, so it's the same word, fill na, drop any, is any. So those things, they work together. Do we get? So you cannot cram every code. Please note that. Don't put yourself under unnecessary pressure. You cannot cram every code. It's not possible. But there are some basics that you should know, like this one: how to drop missing value, how to check unique values, how to check if there's a missing value somewhere, how to read in a data set. Those are like basic things that you should know. But you see, the other complicated ones, you would have to um use Google. Google will be your best friend. Or again, you just try your hands out at it, make your errors, and note there is no one way to write a line of code. There are multiple ways to write a line of code. Now, this thing I wrote like this, you might see somebody else that will write it in a better way. So different people with years of practice, they now start understanding, oh, this is what I should do and this is not what I should do. It also took me time when I started. I'm not going to lie, I made a lot of errors. And even to date, I struggle with some lines of code. But then again, constant practice and just being curious. I think that's just the thing. Being curious it will help you.
Okay, so this is NA now. Why is it not fill NA instead?
Okay. I'm using dot lock here. Okay, I think what I need to do also is to send us a slide. Uh, how do I do this? I'm using dot lock here. Okay. So certain things work with certain things. Now this is NA here. Is checking for missing values. Hmm? So let me just explain what this code is saying. It's saying that check the missing values in transaction status, and if there is any missing value, fill it with unknown. That's just what it's saying. That's like the best way I can explain. So dot is NA checks for um missing values. Dot fill NA check, it is used to fill missing values. Drop NA is used to drop missing values. Does that make sense?
drop duplicate
Um,
values or drop missing values.
Um drop NA is used to drop, so you use it to drop, you can use it to drop missing values, duplicates. That's what um
Okay.
that's what
Drop any.
drop NA does. I think I've used fill NA today, right? I think I used it today also. Let me see. I'm very sure I used fill NA today. Have I not?
no,
Okay,
I don't think so. It's
I've
just
not
this
used it.
last one that I used that it's yeah
Okay,
that
that
gave
I
you
changed,
error.
Abby. Okay, yes, 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 that I
Yes.
changed. Okay. So that one is also used to fill in missing values.
So you said drop any can is also used to fill missing to drop missing values, right?
Yes, yes. So whenever you see
So
drop,
how
just
do
know
you
you want to
drop?
drop something.
So how do you drop values that are missing that we do not know?
You don't know.
No, if we say missing values, it means that the values are not there, right?
Yes, exactly.
And we said drop. So
Mm-hmm.
how are we dropping?
Okay, so
value
it is
to
not
you.
your duty to know the values that are missing. Okay, what this
Yeah.
code, when you use drop any, what Python will just do is just scan through the data set, and if it sees anywhere that there's a missing value, it will just drop it.
Okay.
Okay, I don't know.
Like we
Hold on.
searched here and we found out that there are some values that are missing, and then
Exactly.
that was how when we decided to drop it, right?
Yeah, so because you've come here, so because you have come here and you see that, oh, there's a missing value here, there's one missing value here, that means you can drop it. Now I cannot now come here and say I want to drop a missing value under product name. This is zero, there's no missing value here, I cannot drop anything here. So do you see the difference now? You run this code first to be sure that there is a missing value on the column you want to work with. When you know and you have confirmed that there is a missing value there, you cannot come and drop it. Hmm?
Okay. So my confusion is, why are we not filling instead of dropping when it is missing value?
Okay, so like I explained, it is you. When you are working as as a scientist or as an analyst, right? You make decisions, sometimes hard decisions. So it is your decision to drop or to fill. Mm? So why I did not fill transaction ID is because I said the transaction ID is unique. I cannot randomly just fill it. And I gave the this thing about the numbers on the receipt we receive from from malls, from supermarkets, all those ID, those numbers, those unique ID numbers that come on the top of every receipt that you get. You cannot make it up. Now, also, I said here that under this transaction status, I could have decided to drop this column. I could have decided to delete all the old missing value, delete everything. It is me, it is my data. I can do anything I want to do with it. But I am not dropping it because I want to fill it with unknown. So it is your decision. At the end of the day, it is your decision to make. But note, when you are working with a small data set, probably like maybe like 500 rows, and you see that over 100 or almost 200 rows are missing, it is best to fill than to drop. Also, it depends on the type of data. If you are working with people's names, you can decide to, instead of putting random names, you can decide to do unknown. Now, for example, I decided to do unknown here because I don't want to write failed or complete or pending. I don't know what they are, so I decided to just put unknown. So this will show whenever somebody comes across this, I'll be like, oh, something is missing here, this thing is unknown. That means probably somebody did not write it or something. So it is your decision. And like I said, as an analyst, you will make a lot of decisions when you are working with data sets. You will make a lot of decisions, and this is one of them. Mhm.
Lastly,
Mhm.
at the risk
No,
of
no, no.
sounding
It's fine.
ignorant,
No, ask as many
what
questions as
is
you want to
so what
ask.
is the clear difference between dropping and filling?
Okay. Now, I want to use the real life example. You go to the market, eh? Wait, I'm coming. No, don't let me use that example. Um, okay, you have a chessboard. Mm? You have a chessboard, and then you find out that those I don't know what they call them now. Those things that are on top of the chessboard, those things, right? You find out that about three of them are faulty. Mm? You can decide.
Okay.
Dropping is when you decide to throw them away. Mm? Dropping is deciding to throw them away. Filling is deciding to become an engineer and fixing it. Does that make sense? So you cannot decide to maybe sellotape it. You can decide to maybe make your own, use paper and this thing to make your own. Does that make sense? So that's the difference between drop and fill.
Okay. All right.
So please, again, let me put it out there. You are free to ask as many questions as you want to ask. I know that is a lot. Python is a lot. It's a lot.
So
So please
more like
ask.
correcting it.
Yeah?
Filling is more like correcting it, and dropping is more like throwing it away.
Exactly. Yes. Filling is correcting. Dropping is just saying this one I don't want again. You be going. You throw it away. So that's it. Okay, we've spent a lot of time and we've not done anything. But again, I just want us to really
Really?
Yes, I just want us to really get it.
Hello, ma.
Ma,
Hello, ma.
ma.
The the assignment, the messy table that you gave us, is it that you are copying it batch by batch onto Jupyter notebook?
No, 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 no. I did not copy batch by batch. Oh. The full data set, right?
Yes.
No, I didn't copy it. Okay, so I'll come back here. I didn't copy it. So this is what I
Okay.
did. I loaded it. Hmm? I loaded it.
Okay.
So when you load it, when you so this
Load,
is what we
load,
call.
load from where? Where did you load it?
So this is the code you use to load it. So the moment you write
Oh,
this code, hmm,
okay.
when you write this code, what you have to now do is go and look for the name of that data set. Now, this is the name of the data set. If you look at it here, this is the data set.
Okay.
Jetty
Okay.
financial
Okay.
transaction, right? Then you come
Okay.
here and put the name, and boom, just like
Okay.
that, it just automatically
Oh,
enters Jupyter Notebook.
okay. Okay. Okay.
Mm.
Okay. Okay. But the loading can be from anywhere. It can be from your WPS or from any other source,
Um,
document or whatever.
okay, so you can read different. Your data set can be in any format, especially either an Excel file or a CSV. But for
Okay.
ease, for ease, because to make it easy, we like to use CSV file. Okay.
What's the meaning of CSV? Sorry.
Comma delimited something 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 like that.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Something, something.
So when you go to when you go to Excel, it gives you options on how to save your data set. Okay, let me just show us real quick.
I
When you go
think
to Excel,
sorry, let me I think another if I understand that question. So the location of the original file, I think that's what she's asking.
oh, okay, okay,
For me, when I brought in the file to my laptop, I saved it in that folder data science where we've been saving our other stuff.
exactly. Okay, that
So
was
it's
why
when I
I
now
asked us.
came to this what's it called? This platform we're working with. It was
Yes,
automatically just like you're showing your own. I think that's what
yes.
she's if I understand her question
Okay.
anyway.
Okay.
Okay.
So sometimes your
Okay.
data might not be in the same folder. Mm? Your data
Okay.
set might not be in the same folder. It is hard. It is a little bit technical to read your data set or to load your data set when it is not in the same folder. Mm? So to make it easier for us when we are working, we like to put everything in the same folder. Okay. I that's why I asked us if we had a folder we have been using for the class so that you can copy
Yes,
your
I
data
remember.
set into that folder. So it makes your work very easy. Just copy your data set to make life easy for you. Whenever they give you a data set, copy this data set into the folder you want to use to work. So it will be easy for you to load your data set. If not, if you don't do that, it means you have to go back and go and be looking for the parts, 5 parts, and copy the 5 parts and come back here and put the so it's a lot. Mm? Okay. I hope I answered us. I hope I've answered that question. Hmm?
Yes, you answered it. Yes, you
Thank
answered it.
Okay. So we still have a long way to go. Now I'm going to ask us, should I finish the data cleaning? In fact, I'm not even going to be able to finish it in the number of minutes we have left. Or should I just quickly show us how to visualize data and then try to finish this, maybe like after this class, try to finish the data cleaning and share us the complete sheet, and then you can ask me questions. I'm always available to answer questions. You can just place your questions on the group chat and I'll answer it. Or should we continue with data cleaning till wherever 9 o'clock meet us? Because I know tomorrow is Monday. Lots of us are going to the office. So what do we
Is it
want?
our last class? Was also another class? Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if I'm the one. I can't remember if I'm the one coming next week. I don't know. I cannot remember. I think so. But I think it's a different thing next week. Um,
This is our first week. This we started yesterday.
hmm?
We started yesterday, right?
Yes, yes,
We
yes,
should,
yes.
so I think that we should, if it's the same with the other person, we should have 2 weekends with you. I don't
We should
know.
have to be okay. That's fine. So let's
Should
continue.
confirm.
Okay. I will confirm, but let's continue. But if that's not the case, then don't worry. I will find a way to. I will try to find a way to make this work. Right.
So if the next part you're talking about will not take so long, if we can do that between and what's it called? 9? I don't know. We could try
You
that
mean the
because
data
this
cleaning?
one we're really just watching the visualization, I mean.
Okay, so that's what I'm asking. Should I just quickly show us how to visualize? And because I can't really confirm what is going to look like. I don't know if I'm the one next week. Um. So that's what I'm asking us.
And
Should
then you do it like a screen record or something.
Yeah, so I will do like a full another video. So I will take my time to do a video by myself without you in class. So I'll do a
Then
video,
when
do
you're
screen
doing by
record.
yourself, explain these small things.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So should I jump and quickly show us how to visualize data and then I do a
We
video?
can, because I think that what we're doing is repetition of like a lot of things that we've not really understood
Yes,
it. So
yes. And I would also try. I'm not promising. I'm not promising,
just
but I will
promise,
try.
Jerry.
Sure, I will try to send us. So I feel like the problem is we don't really the background, the how do I put it now, the basics, right? We are not yet in tune with some of the basics, so I will try to create a comprehensive, maybe write up, maybe I don't know which one will pay us, maybe we want to read it or want to watch a video, but I'll try to do that and I will send it to us. I'm not promising though because of my schedule.
Before you leave here, let me ask a question. Can we go
Wait.
back? If you're going to leave here now, can we go to the very beginning? So that if we're practicing, we're getting it. I want to ask a question from the beginning of
Okay, please
this.
ask me, go ahead.
So where you started with hashtag import required libraries,
Mm-hmm.
and then import
In
pandas at PD.
Mm-hmm.
So mine is having, like, when you make a wrong spelling, and I
Mm-hmm.
know that in our previous class, when it's supposed to be a string and we don't use,
I can't hear you again.
can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now.
So, for example, when it is a string and we don't put inverted commas, it gives us this
Mm-hmm.
on
Error message.
red underlined zigzag underlined
or
stuff.
yellow
Like
on the
you did
lines.
a,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So I don't know if when I typed what you typed, I'm having those lines underline, like
Like
on
a
the
yellow
words are
underlined. Yeah.
yes.
So
So I don't know if others, obviously others are having. So how did you not have the same thing when you
so
did?
did
And
you
when
check,
I ran it, when I ran, of course, it's giving me an error. Module
did you
not
confirm
found.
your spelling?
Of course, the import pandas
Yes.
as
I
P,
also experienced the same.
non-P as NP. Yes, I every spelling is correct.
Wow. Okay, I think I have my
Error is
ears.
that they said like import non-people for instance, they say it could not
Okay,
be
so
resolved
the problem could be that
silence something.
hold on, let me try something. The problem could also be that probably you have not installed the
Okay, see now, see
library.
your own. You see that underline?
Mm, okay, so wait, it's supposed to give me an output, but I think this is still running. So hold on. So you should also know that the way what do we call it? VS Code, Jupyter in VS Code is gonna show some of these things different from the way Python Jupyter will show it. So that this is a line, that this has a line does not mean that it is wrong. Okay.
But
It
you
doesn't
ran
mean
it
that.
after you wrote your own, right? You ran it.
Yes, I did.
So when I run, it's showing me errors.
It's showing you error. So do this.
Yes.
It could be because maybe so do pip, what do we call it now, pip, install pandas, I hope so. If it's giving you an error, it could be this pip install pandas, I hope so. So um you have to install it first, so it could be that you don't have it, so you can do pip install pandas, then
Before I
after.
start typing.
But for this to work, I think you need to have a data connection. Okay, I think so.
Internet connection, you mean?
Yes, yes, you need to have internet connection. I think so for this to work. I think so.
PIP install.
Pandas. I'm hoping this is the right code.
Let's try.
Try, please try.
I'm on it. So do I
Can
run
we
that
also find
or
it in the extensions?
Okay, let's see.
so after you do that, what do you do?
So if you have done that, if it should give you like a lot of okay. Nope, I don't think you can do that here. I can't see pandas here. So if it works, you will see a lot of English, right? You see a very long it will show you like downloading something. It will show you a download counter that is reading. Okay, like
Like,
a countdown. So you see
yes,
something. So it's like when you're downloading something on your phone, you see like 54 over 124 kilobytes, like that. It will just be reading.
like where that circular arrow is.
Okay.
I'm on
Because
it.
I don't really know how to, I don't really use Panda VS Code, and this is maybe very honest. I don't like VS Code. I don't use VS Code. So let me just show you what it's supposed to look like here. Though I already have it, but let me just quickly show you what it's supposed to look like. So let's say you have like PIP install pandas. I'm very sure this is meant to, it's not. So let's see. So it's supposed to return like a countdown.
Sorry, mine is counting up.
It's and now yes, sorry, count up. It's not countdown. Sorry. So it's supposed to be counting up as it's downloading. So it will maybe 24 now, 25, 26 till it gets to maybe like the full kilobyte is supposed to be. So you're seeing that already, Abby.
This is actually time. The time it's taking for
So you can see, okay, my own requirement
not
is already
even.
satisfied. Okay. So I think that's what it should look like. So you're on the right track. If you're seeing a count up, not a countdown now, sorry, a counter or something that is counting, Sha, that means you're on the right track. Okay. Is that
Okay.
what you're
So
saying?
we've settled that
But
you're
that
going to
time,
do a video.
the time that is counting up, I remember from one of our previous classes
Mm-hmm.
that that time shows how long it is taking to run.
So
So
aside
meaning
from the
it's
time,
running, yeah.
can you see something like maybe a kilobyte, something out of a
No,
kilobyte? Can you see something like
I'm
that?
not
No,
saying.
Okay, can you
no.
take a
No.
screenshot? Can you take a screenshot of your screen? Just take a screenshot of your screen. I'll probably send it to the chat box, either here on WhatsApp, anyone. And where's the chat room box there? So just do that for me real quick so that I
Oh,
will
perfect. It has brought a lot of
eh, okay.
okay.
Now
Collecting pandas, downloading pandas, collecting
perfect.
non-P,
Yeah,
downloading non-P.
yeah. So after that, when that's finished running, now you can now come down and now do import pandas as PD.
Like underneath all of the plenty, there's a lot
Yes, but
here.
wait though, let it finish running, okay? Let this finish running. Then you can now come and do import pandas as PD.
It's obviously has finished running. It's for me to go to the end.
Okay.
Okay.
So as if so when you will know it has finished running, you should bring out like a number like this one, like this, maybe like 1 or 2 or something. You get. Then you can now come
Where
down and
is
now do
that?
import pandas as PD.
There's another block.
Yes, another block.
So I'll use code to get another block. Okay.
Yes.
Then what did you say I should put?
So import pandas as PD. So you can now do this. Let's see
Import.
if it's going to work.
Is there a hashtag?
No, no,
Did
no,
you use
no,
a
no.
hashtag? Okay,
No, just
pandas and
import pandas as PD. Yes.
PD. Aaron,
Mm-hmm.
yeah?
Yep.
Okay, it's doing the same thing. Counting
What is it
up.
doing?
The same counting of.
Okay, let's see what it says. Okay, while we wait for her, is there another person who has any question? Something quick that I can quickly cover
So
before
I
the end of the
actually
class.
asked this so that we can practice, because I see that if we don't get this up right, I'm sure we can't do
Yeah,
anything you have done.
you can't do anything at all.
Exactly. So I
If your
needed to do.
libraries are not downloading, you can't do anything.
So I'm done with this other one. It has finished running. It did
So
not
is it
bring all those plenty messages, but it's now not having any underlines.
exactly? So that's you are good to go. So import the other libraries that you need. So import
Okay.
NumPy. I think try importing NumPy. Importing NumPy should work because I think Pandas has already installed and all of that. So I think it should
So
work.
just put
So
all the
import,
other ones and run them and see, right?
yes, run them and see. Let's see
Okay.
what comes out of it.
Please, I hope we're all together and doing the same thing.
So please, you can practice. So you guys, please practice it. So I'm going to try to. Okay.
Oh, I think
Well,
it's
mine,
working.
I'm
It's no
still trying
longer
to
bringing.
install
It's no
the
longer bringing the
pandas.
underlines.
We are still trying to install Pandas. Do you have internet connection?
Yes, in the VS Code.
Do you have internet
Yeah, I
connection?
do.
Okay.
Yes,
So just
so
wait.
it's
Sometimes it
Yeah,
takes
I
still
do.
time.
reading the timing thing. It's still reading.
Okay. So please hold on.
Yeah.
It just sometimes it takes time. So let's wait.
Hello, Esther. Please, I have a question.
Yes, please ask
Aside all
me.
of this, okay. The all of these decisions that we'll be making on whatever data sets that we are being given, maybe
Mm-hmm.
removing. I said whatever decision that we are making on whatever data sets that we are working on.
Okay.
If, for example, I'm working in an organization, I'm given a data set to perform an analysis on and all of that, and I do a lot of maybe remove duplicates and are you going to report it when you are reporting your analysis or
Mm-hmm.
your
Yes.
findings?
Yes, you would. Yes, you
Okay.
should. Yes, you should.
Mm,
So also note that the
okay.
fact that you're making decisions, if there nobody is an island, right? If it's something that is outside your domain, something you don't understand why, maybe like this financial this thing now, it's not bad if you go back to maybe like a finance the head of finance or something to find out why something is happening. Okay. So it's not bad in the real life space. Now the only reason why I can do this is because there's nobody I'm working for. But in the real life space, right, there's nothing bad in going back to maybe like the head of finance and going to understand what happened. Hmm? So also note that too. So you will ask a lot of questions as a data scientist. You will ask a lot of questions, asking questions. In fact, okay, I said yesterday. I said I was going to walk us through the workflow of every data science or every data analyst. This thing. So you must learn to ask questions to understand why. Now, asking questions, what it does is gives your project or your work an objective. So you must learn to ask questions. Then after asking questions, you gather your data. Now, in I'm deviating, but I think this deviation is good. Okay. So after asking questions, also you should know that sometimes you might not get an already made data set. You might have to go and gather your data by yourself, maybe through surveys, questionnaire, or something. So also note that. So after that, I can't. Do I remember everything now? Word for word. Ask, gather, collect, ask, data. Okay, let me go back to my book.
So the maths plot lib dot, that one is
Okay.
not working now. I'm
Okay.
running it
So
and it's
let me
showing error.
install. Install
What do I type then?
the same
Sorry.
thing. So like this, pip install.
Okay, instead of just running, I try install first.
Okay,
Install.
yes. So when you know to know what to install, whenever you try running a library and it's not giving you an output, it means that you don't have it installed yet. Okay.
So what's the right way to type it? Maths
So install matplotlib dot what is the word again? Matplotlib dot pyplot abi dot
as
plt.
PLT.
Okay, please. No.
Pipe. So the install.
See it dot pyplot. So this is it.
Sorry. Hold on. Oh, okay. PIP install. PIP
So you can
install.
run multiple things together. You can just press enter and also do PIP install Cbon. Okay, just run everything together. You can run multiple things at the same time.
Okay. Just in case the other one is not there, sorry.
Yeah, so you can run it together.
Okay.
Okay, sorry, you can take out this one. You can just do PIP install matplotlib. Okay, just do PIP install matplotlib.
Without the Cbon.
No. So I removed the pipe plot here. So you can do PIP install matplotlib. PIP install Cbon.
All right.
Yeah.
It's still showing
Oh,
error.
that organ in the background.
What did you say?
It's so soothing.
What is that?
There's an organ playing in the background. I
Whose
said it's so
background?
soothing.
There's an organ.
Whose background
Abi,
now?
It's not my
I'm hearing an organ. Oh. It's
Just
something
it's
else.
not
enjoy.
it's not my background though. I don't have
Please, my
anything
own is
playing.
not
Oh,
working. No. The PIP
I think
install
it's
matplotlib and Cbon. When I run it, it's not working. Away, generate way.
What is not running, please?
The PIP install matplotlib and the PIP install Cbon. When I run it, it's showing me cell in. Let's see. PIP install matplotlib. Syntax
It is showing
error. Syntax
syntax
error.
error. Why?
No.
Okay, remove one and run one. Let's see.
This-
sorry. Something was playing in my background. Sorry. I thought I was hearing it from somewhere else.
There's no problem.
Okay, it's working. One.
It's
The
working. Okay,
mat
let's do one. Okay. So let's do one. So I think I don't know who has been talking since, but I don't know. But the rest of us, are we on the same track? Like, is everybody fine with this PIP install and everything? Are we all good?
You are really focused on your screen.
For me, my panda just finished. For me, my panda just finished installing.
Okay.
Installing the matplot now.
Okay, so we should also know that your internet
Me too.
strength and your laptop strength also matters. Okay, so some laptops might take more time than the others to install, but just give it time; it will certainly install. Okay, I think that is. Oh God, I don't know how to
The,
pronounce
the,
your name.
the PIP install
Same.
pandas. I can't see where to enter it so that it can. I just type it
Okay,
and
let me show you. Okay, that's fine. So you come here. So you see this play, this arrow that is play here. Eh, Mrs. Ibukun, can you see it?
yes, I'm trying to look at
So
it.
just
I've, I've
okay, so
not seen
just
the arrow.
click it.
Okay,
Yes, this
okay.
play. There's one play here. This one like this is play. So play it. Just
Uh,
click it. It will run.
it's not showing on my own. It's showing
Ah,
on the other side. It's showing on the other side where I have. Okay, I have run all up.
okay. Run
Should I
all.
press
Oh
them?
yeah, use. Yes. Oh yeah, use it. Press run all.
I've finished running now. Even the second,
Okay.
I'll
Who
be
is
the
that?
last the T-bone. You hear me?
Okay. Okay. If you hear me, okay. It's your name I've been trying to pronounce since. Thank you. Okay.
So I finished running.
Okay. So that means you are good. Now import it. Now try importing it. So
All right.
import matplotlib import seaborn. Um, Damilola has been very quiet. I don't think I've heard you talk. Are you okay? Is everything okay? I think also Adiola.
I'm
Please,
fine.
are we
No, I've
okay?
not just been able to install the whole Panda thing. So you said we should give it time. So it's still running. So I'm waiting patiently.
Okay, okay, that's cool. What about Adiola?
When I ran it,
Mm-hmm.
it just gave me a square by the side, and I have at the top, I have select kernel, so I don't think it's
Okay,
running
wait.
anything, so I
Don't
cannot
select
really
anything.
say.
Don't select anything. Just make sure that it is
Okay.
just hold on. Just that's what I'll just say. Just hold on. It will return something. Okay. As long as you've clicked run all, it will run. Just give it time. It's installing, so it takes time.
Okay. Okay.
Hmm? Okay. Okay. I don't know about Faith. What about Faith? Faith, are you okay? Are you settled?
Yeah, I just said I have finished installing Panda. I'm waiting for my
Okay.
matplotlib.
Okay, that's fine. What about Adiola? Adiola's not. I don't think I've heard her speak. Adiola, can you hear me? I don't know if she's in this class. Okay, because it's already 9. That's why I want to know what to do.
You can do the video that you said you would do for us.
Yes, certainly I'll do it.
Run
I'll
everything
send it.
down
Don't
for
worry.
us.
Oh no,
And so,
before Wednesday you'll get it. Don't worry. It's a promise. I'll send it.
okay, man.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll send it. Don't worry. Okay, so I'm always reachable. So I will end the class, but I'm here. I'm reachable. If maybe for some reasons you cannot still, after trying everything, you cannot still install any of those libraries, please just drop a message on the group. I'll respond to you. Okay.
Okay. Okay, ma.
All right. So this is why we have to stop
Okay.
the class. I will send us our video on Wednesday, on or before. Okay, on Wednesday, because I'm not going to go to the office on Wednesday. So I'll send it to us on Wednesday. After watching, please, if you still don't understand anything, please, don't be ashamed to ask questions. Ask as many times as you want to. It's allowed. I'm here. I'm available. All right. So
Okay.
let's all have a good night's rest. So enjoy your night and good night, everybody.
Good
Thank
night.
you. You
Thank you
too.
to
Thank you.
our coach.
You too.
Done, everybody. It's not easy. Oh.
It's not so especially for us that
Please let's
don't
have the
have.
recording. No, please, at this class,
It's not
Yes,
especially
yes,
easy
for
for
this
those
class.
of
I'll
us
send you
that
the
don't have
recording.
tech background.
Sorry, don't worry.
We
You
are
will
all
enjoy
just
it.
pushing.
It's
Oh.
just
All right.